Pioneers are explorers. Pioneers are innovators. Pioneers are leaders. We are Marietta College. We are pioneers. Find out how you can become a PIO at www.marietta.edu.
The drought in Brazil continues to worsen.
And Arkansas drops over 400,000 citizens from Medicaid.
Well, of all these stories and more, NewsCenter 15 starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Thursday's edition of NewsCenter 15. I'm Hunter Withrow.
And I'm Morgan Ahlstrom.
Topping our news this afternoon. The drought in Brazil continues to intensify, and signs point to conditions only worsening for the foreseeable future. These are just the first grim versions of extreme drought sweeping across Brazil's Amazon. The historically low water levels have affected hundreds of thousands of people and wildlife, with experts predicting the drought could last until early 2024. The problem stands to intensify. 8 Brazilian states recorded the lowest rainfall in a period from July to September in over 40 years, according to Brazil's Disaster Warning Center. The drought has affected most of the main rivers in the Amazon, the world's largest basin, which accounts for 20% of the planet's fresh water. It's estimated that at this point, nearly 250,000 people have been affected so far, according to the state's Civil Defense Authority. That number is predicted by the year's end.
More than 427,000 Arkansas residents were dropped from Medicaid in the past 6 months. The state ended coverage for more than half of those whose cases were reviewed during the period, a removal rate that raised concerns Tuesday among some healthcare advocates, even as the Republican-led administration defended its efficiency in shrinking the Medicaid rolls. During the coronavirus pandemic, states were prohibited from removing people from Medicaid in exchange for receiving enhanced federal funding. That moratorium ended in April, and states that were required to resume annual eligibility reviews for participants during the freeze. Medicaid enrollment swelled by nearly 1/3 nationally, from 71 million people in February 2020 to 94 million in April 2023.
Hey, I wonder what the weather looks like today.
Here to provide first current conditions is Zach Heiserroth.
Thank you, Morgan. So, coming up today, the high is 73. It feels like it's 68 outside. It's sunny, and the low was about 46 this morning. Should get a little bit colder tonight. And as time goes on, the UV is about 4 moderate, and air quality is fair as well, with pollen at a low count. So allergies shouldn't be that big of a deal, even though it's fall. We have about 4-mile-per-hour north winds and a 60% humidity, with sunrise at 7:32 and sunset at 6:51. So make sure you get that daylight while you still have it. And that's it for today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Zach. The 45th annual Belpre Lions Club Apple Butter Stir-Off will take place this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, at Citizen Park. The event is the biggest put on by the Lions Club every year, and admission is free, with plenty of activities for everyone in the family, and all butter productions made from this weekend will be on sale. Events start on Saturday at 11 a.m. and will continue until 6 p.m. on Sunday.
Yesterday was National Stop Bullying Day, and Marietta College is taking the steps to ensure their campus remains a safe space for all students. Marietta Mindset, a program here at the college, has created and encouraged students to use their peer support center, which is called Pio to Pio and located in Andrews Hall on campus. Here, students have the ability to get the help they need from members of their own community, as well as the presence of mandatory reporters should the situation require it.
Coming up, a black Texas teen was suspended for school for his hairstyle.
And the Mississippi River is at an all-time low.
We'll have all these stories and more. Stay with us.
Hey, this is Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, many of us feel anxious. Mindfulness can help you ease those feelings. My nonprofit is partnering with Headspace to offer free content to help you stress less. Head to kevinlovefund.org/headspace.
Here's to the straggly ones. The first ones. Hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
A black Texas teen was suspended for wearing dreadlocks and has been referred to alternate school. Daryl George, 17, will be placed in a disciplinary alternative education program, also known as an alternate school, from October 12, 2023 through November 29, 2023. The school's principal stated that Daryl George was warned multiple times and had violated the student code of conduct multiple times due to his hair not meeting the dress code requirements. The George family refuses to cut the teen's hair and argues the district's policy is a violation of the Texas Crown Act, a law which prohibits discrimination on the basis of hairstyles, commonly associated with the race. Unfortunately, due to the Texas Education Code, if the period of placement in the alternate education program does not extend beyond 60 days, then the decision is final. George will be allowed to return to the class on November 30th.
Mississippi River water levels are plummeting to an all-time low this week in Memphis in the wake of a sweltering summer and ongoing drought. Settling a record for the second consecutive year, the water level at Memphis fell to a record low elevation of minus 11.5 feet on Wednesday afternoon and could still continue to drop in the upcoming days, according to the data from the National Weather Service. This year's record low has surpassed last October's record of minus 10.81 feet. Several other records were set this weekend along the Mississippi and its major tributary. The Ohio River, Cairo, Illinois, was at a level of 4.5 feet, while the New Madrid and Caruthsville in Missouri reached a minus 6.8 feet and minus 2.6 feet respectively.
Tesla has put down previous efforts by workers to unionize, but the United Auto Workers hopes a successful strike against Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis could help it organize a Tesla. UAW membership has declined in recent decades, while the auto industry is moving to electric vehicles. EV battery and production plants thus far in the United States are mostly non-union. To grow, the UAW will have to make inroads at EV plants.
An executive at Vivo has been arrested in India in connection with a money laundering probe, which raises fears of a renewed crackdown on Chinese businesses in the country. The head of the administration at Vivo India was taken into custody on Tuesday by India's Enforcement Directorate. His lawyer told CNN the ED is the country's main financial crimes investigation agency, responsible for probing money laundering and violations of foreign exchange laws.
Coming up, we'll find out how authorities stopped a possible school shooting.
And who's joining the California Senate race.
And what can we expect from our weather? I'll be in with a look at our extended forecast. Stay with us.
Where are we?
We are at Marietta College.
This is where we live at Marietta College.
When kids need medical care, they face life-changing experiences. They miss out on the things that make being a kid fun. Starlight Children's Foundation programs entertain and inspire hospitalized kids. Learn more at starlight.org.
Marietta, a place some people call home.
A place of athletes.
A place of discovery.
A place for the future.
Your plan.
Your future.
Go Pios.
Authorities say they thwarted a planned high school shooting after the recent arrest of 3 teenagers in North Florida. Deputies were alerted to a text message that mentioned 2 lists targeting multiple students at Creekside High School, according to the St. John County Sheriff's Office. The suspects had hit lists of students they wanted to physically harm and another lethal hit list of students they wanted to kill. The Sheriff's Office said in a Facebook post the school in St. John's is about 25 miles south of Jacksonville. The Sheriff's Office says that 3 teens ages 14 and 15 are facing charges of written threats to kill or do bodily harm and unlawful use of two-way communication device. CNN is not releasing the teens' names because they are being charged as juveniles.
Former baseball MVP Steve Garvey joined the race Tuesday to succeed the late California Senator Dianne Feinstein, giving Republicans a splash of star quality on the ballot in a heavily Democratic state where the GOP hasn't won a Senate race in 35 years. Garvey, 74, launched his campaign with a video lush with baseball imagery that recalled his career as a perennial all-star who played for the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Diego Padres. It also signaled he would lean toward the political center in a party dominated by former President Donald Trump, the leading GOP presidential candidate, who could share the ballot with Garvey next year. In a recently released campaign video, Harvey states that he never played for Democrats or Republicans or independents, in which he also alluded to problems vexing the state from homelessness to crime.
If you're feeling hungry, another American sandwich chain has made its way into Marietta. That's right, it's Jersey Mike's. Has officially opened to the public as of yesterday. Our very own Addison Painter has stopped by yesterday to give us an inside look.
Marietta is already a place that has a great selection of dining options around town, but that doesn't stop the additions from coming. Now, added into the Kroger Square complex, there is a Jersey Mike's sub-restaurant. This location is officially open for business as of yesterday, which means you can stop in at any time between 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. to get your choice of submarine-style American sandwich. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Jersey Mike's has something for anyone that walks into the door. But don't let me be the one to tell you that. Listen to one of their own. Good.
All right, we're out here at Jersey Mike's. This is our opening day. We're super excited to be open here in Marietta. We make high-quality, fresh-cut subs, so come on down and see us today.
Jersey Mike's is located at 19 Acme Street as part of the Kroger Square complex and is officially open for business. So stop on down and get your fill on some classic sandwich combos.
Thanks, Addison. It's time now to move on to Hollywood news, where Britney Spears' first movie, Crossroads, comes back to theaters and a slew of Disney favorites team up in a new short film.
Zach Kaiser has all this with today's Hollywood Minute.
That's right. Britney Spears will be back on the big screen. The pop star's debut film, Crossroads, is returning to movie theaters in celebration of her upcoming memoir. Fans can revisit the teen flick on October 23rd and the 25th. It's a chance romance that develops between neighbors. This is your first look at Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott in the upcoming drama All of Us Strangers, which follows a blossoming relationship between two gay men living in the same London apartment complex. The love story hits theaters on December 22nd. And finally, there's an all-star ensemble of Disney characters teaming up. The new short film, Once Upon a Studio, will feature a long roster of animated favorites to mark the Disney Animation's 100th anniversary. The short will screen in theaters alongside the upcoming feature, Wish, in November. With your Hollywood Minute, I'm Zach. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Zach. Now we'll head right back at you for a look at our extended forecast.
How does it look out there, Zach?
Long time no see. So, as you can see, Parkersburg, it's pretty boring today. Like I mentioned earlier, the high is 76. It was a low of 40, around the 40s. Just some typical fall weather, and a few spots up a little bit to the northwest. And we have a lot of crazy stuff going around in Florida, just like we always do. Working up its way through the south. We'll probably get the back end of some of that. And also have some storms coming down through the Midwest. But like I said, we are pretty chill. So our 5-day forecast. On Friday, we have a high of 75, a low of 57, and it's going to be sunny. Going to be a really nice Friday the 13th. And on Saturday, we have a high of 67, a low of 47, with a chance of rain. So Friday the 13th is going to end on a sour note, and it looks like the weekend's going to be a little bit rainy and cloudy, with Sunday having a high of 55, a low of 43. Monday, that trend will continue with the same high of 55 and a low of 45, continuing with the overcast nature of the weather. And on Tuesday, we're going to experience showers with a high of 53 and a low of 44. So make sure you bundle up. And that's all I have for the 5-day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Zach. When we come back, Grant will look at us with an update from the world of sports.
See you in a few.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
Now he's just got to get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a Midnight Snack Run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Marietta College, home of the pioneers. A small town on the Ohio River with a tight-knit community and tons of opportunity. Find a home here at Marietta College. Bring forth a pioneer.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
And now we're back with Grant for a look at sports.
What's been happening in the world of sports?
I got the rundown right now. The women's Marietta Pioneers soccer team hosted the Mountain Union Purple Raiders yesterday evening. The Pios shut out the Raiders with a score of 2-0. In the match, Taylor Sloan and Demi Millis both scored goals for the Pioneers, while Ryan Hayter got the assist to Sloan's goal. This is the first time that Marietta has beat Mount Union since 2020. Marietta goes to 4-6-1 on the season and looks to keep the winning going as they travel to Wilmington to take on the Quakers. The match will be on October 14th with the game starting at 7 p.m. Crossing over to the hockey world, the NHL season opened up this past Tuesday. The Pittsburgh Penguins were in action when they took on the Chicago Blackhawks inside of PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. The Penguins were looking hot on the ice as they went up 2-0 after 2 periods of play. But the Blackhawks were able to claw back into the game with help from impressive rookie Connor Bedard. The Blackhawks won the game 4-2 with goals coming from Jason Dixon, Nick Foligno, Ryan Donato, and Cole Gutman. 2 goals for the Pens came from who else but Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust. Pittsburgh's next game will be against the Washington Capitals on Friday. After their first ever Sweet 16 appearance, the Marietta College women's basketball team is gearing up for another season on the hardwood. Jalen Kiro Gordon caught up with the head coach, Cole Vivian. Here's what he has to say.
Cole Vivian, head women's basketball coach, Marietta College. This will be my 8th year as the head coach here. Really excited about this year. We had a really good run last year, making the Sweet 16, and kind of coming together as the year went on with that. We graduated some really important people in our program, 5 really good seniors. But this year our leadership is at that level once again with that, so I'm excited about that. And we have a lot of experience kind of coming back from that. Our senior class, you know, all 6 of them have been in the rotation at some point since our freshman year. We're going to play really hard, so we focus a lot on the defensive end. When we were really good 5 years ago, our offense was unbelievable, but we didn't kind of lock down defensive like we did the last 2 years. So I think we have a lot of good perimeter defenders here. We have a lot of good post defenders too. Focus on rebounding, but we're gonna try to play fast, play hard. Our bench is, we always kind of talked about them being engaged in the game, either when they're coming on the court or, you know, when people are coming off the court too. So it should be a really fun year. It's gonna be an awesome team to follow, just with the energy that they have and how close they are with each other on the team too. So making sure we're giving back, because we get so much support from our community here during our home games, during our camps, all that stuff. So we make sure that we're giving back a lot with that. Last year was awesome because we had all these expectations on us. You know, winning an NCAA tournament game, you know, 2 years ago, returning almost our entire team with that. So then last year, we kind of knew we had a pretty good idea who the people were going to be on the court.
The Lady Up Pioneers look to make their statement against St. Vincent College on Wednesday, November 8th in the Van Johnson Arena. For now, that's all in the world of sports. I'm Grant Moore. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Grant. Now joining us at the desk is Zach for a last look at our weather.
So, as I mentioned before, in a clear case of irony, Jason Voorhees' day of Friday the 13th is going to be very pleasant for a fall day. And as soon as that's over, it's going to be overcast, rainy, and depressing. So, moving on from then, should be a pretty good week leading into fall weather. Make sure you got your hoodies and jackets and raincoats and stuff.
Believe me, I do, and I'm excited for the cold. How about you?
Well, I have a regatta on Saturday, so I'm personally hoping that the rain doesn't last long.
Well, that'll be it. Thanks for joining us for Thursday's edition of WCMO TV, Channel 15 at 12:30 and 6:30. From all of us here at the station, we wish you a great rest of your week.
Meet Candace. This senior basketball player loves to spend time hanging out before class with her best friend and education major, Shelby. Shelby knows the best place to study is at the Kalaki Cafe, where she can compare notes with baseball player Ryan and get a great cup of coffee too. In the off-season, Ryan tries his best when he's shooting hoops with broadcasting major Gage in the Dyson Baudo Recreation Center, home of Fenton Court. Gage, as producer at WCMO 15 News, runs the control room, where he shows the ropes to Mary, a junior volleyball player and advertising and public relations major. Mary loves to spend her free time drawing down at the Herman Fine Arts Center, where her sorority sister Madison majors in studio art. Madison meets up downtown with junior rower Katie. Downtown's where you can get beautiful river views, specialty stores, and the best root beer in Ohio. Katie heads back to campus just in time for a class in the Rickey Science Center with who else but Candace. So take a look around. Here at Marietta College, we're all connected. We are family, and we are all pioneers.
So there you are. It's flu season, and you're over 65 like me. You might be forgetting something serious. Your annual flu shot. The flu can be life-threatening, especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, which can worsen with the flu. The immune system weakens with age. Ask about a flu vaccine option made specifically for us. Visit ncoa.org/flu to learn more and talk to your doctor about vaccine options for people 65 and older.
My Marietta. My Marietta. My Marietta.
My Marietta.
My home away from home.
My stepping stones